When you purchase the Learn to Solder kit, you're going to want to have a couple of tools on hand, and I'm going to show you the bare minimum, and then I'll show you what I recommend. The bare minimum you are going to need, of course, it's a Learn to Solder course, so you're going to need a soldering iron. This is an inexpensive one that I got off of Amazon. If you can get one with a holder and whatnot, it just makes it easier. These often come with sponges, and you'll see in the book you use a sponge to clean off the tip. A lot of the times I use this brass material instead and just stab it in there. It takes out the anxiety of the world. The other thing you're going to want to have is a pair of side cutters, small ones. These are electronic ones. This again is available on Amazon. It is very inexpensive. They're under $10, and for the life of me I can't remember the brand name, but I'll get back to you on that. Really good for the price. Made in Italy. Nice stuff. As a supply, you will also need some solder. You will not need a whole lot of solder, but unfortunately they usually sell it in huge rolls. You can get yourself a huge roll of solder, but keep in mind I have been using this roll for probably 5 or 10 years, so it lasts quite a while. Okay, so that's the bare minimum. So let's talk about what I think you should add to your toolkit. You should add, let's see, this is going to be super helpful. These helping hands, they look so cheesy, and it's just 2 alligator clips here, but my goodness, when working on small boards and just holding things in place, and it's got a nice heavy base, get yourself some helping hands. They will help you. If you are having problems soldering, you will probably want some Desoldering Wick, or they also make things called solder suckers, which, where's mine? There's mine. To suck out solder. The wick is probably going to be easier. It's optional if you want to clean up stuff. Again, this is a cheapy Amazon thing. So, in case you have problems, Desoldering Wick. This is also good when you're working on toys and you need to, when you're modifying them. And then some needle nose version of these is also helpful if you need to grab little wires. Not required, but it certainly helps. If you're really tight on space, one neat thing, and I use this in the field a lot, is Heco Fx 901. This is a portable battery-powered soldering iron. Runs on 4 AA batteries. Now, the AA batteries are not going to last a long time. They do about a half hour, 45 minutes tops. This kit takes less than that, but just be warned. This I use a ton in the field. Why do I use it in the field? Well, because it's battery powered, it's relatively small, and it's the little things. Like, normally you need a stand to put your hot soldering iron in. This you could just lay on the table. It keeps it off the table, which is nice. And even if it's hot and you need to put it away, you just slip on its little thing. It protects the hot tip and you don't burn yourself. So that's something to consider. I believe this is around $30 or so. I would go with a desktop one, like one of these jobs, or the ones you used to be able to find at Radio Shack when Radio Shack existed. This is what I recommend, but especially if you're in the field, if you're doing field stuff, all this sort of stuff I keep in little satchels so like I have my hand tools here in a little satchel that zips up. So when I am out to teach a class, all I really need to bring is this, and I got everything I need to teach soldering right in a little thing, and keeps it out of the way. So again, minimum what you want. Let me get this other stuff out. Side cutters. You're going to need solder, and you're going to need the soldering iron. What you're really going to want, though, this really should be required, is the helping hands or something similar. If you have a vise, like a pan of ice, that'll work perfectly fine. But for inexpensive starting stuff, even though I have very many expensive vices, not that kind of vise, but the other kind of vise, I still use the little helping hands. So there you go. Let's get started.